Hey y'all, today I'll be explaining how DMZ loadouts work, just because it may be a little bit confusing if you're starting out. So going into your weapons tab, this is how you get loaded out for your next drop into the DMZ. So basically starting out with your tactical, lethal, and field upgrade, these are unlocks that you can get first by leveling up, but also if you extract with one of these things, such as I extracted with the heartbeat sensor, then it unlocks for you for all future playthroughs, and every single playthrough you're able to equip a tactical, a specific lethal, and a field upgrade. And obviously I haven't extracted with that, the DDoS, or the Dead Silence yet, but if I did, then those would be unlocked forever, even if you're not that level. So I've been using the munitions box, and then for lethal, the throwing knife is good because it ignores armor, it just one-shots people, but Semtex is good as well. And then I usually use the stun grenade for my tactical, though I've been messing around with the heartbeat sensor, it just doesn't seem very helpful, but it may be very good. But that's how those work. You can always bring those in, they always respawn, you don't have to like pay anything. So that's how those work. So next, the weapons, there's a couple of things to talk about here. First of all, to equip something, you can just click here, and you can either choose a contraband weapon, or you can choose an insured slot. And the way the insured slot works is you're able to equip it, but you can also go to gunsmith and choose which weapon you want and then mod it, all that. I just have a preset weapon here as my insured slot. But basically, once you use it, and if you die while using this weapon, then your insured slot goes on cooldown for, I believe, 120 minutes or 2 hours. And you need to extract with cash to get that timer down. Honestly, it takes like 1 to 3 really good raids, and then you get your insured slot back. So it's really not that hard at all to be able to run your insured slot pretty much forever. I almost never run out of weapons to run. And yeah, so you unlock more insured slots by completing faction missions, which are in here. And basically, I've been doing okay. I'm almost done with the White Lotus ones, but you got to finish all of the Legion and all of the White Lotus tier 3, I believe, to get the second insured slot. Yeah, you need to complete tier 3 of every faction, so maybe Black Moose will unlock as well. And then to unlock the third insured slot, you need to complete all of the tier 5 missions, which is crazy. There's actually like a lot of missions. It blew my mind away. I didn't realize that they would have this many missions on launch. It actually impressed me. But I don't know how it's going to work, like if the money will only count down to 1 slot, or if it'll count down all the slots. I really don't know. So now moving on to your contraband stash. I do not have the full MW2 game. I'm assuming that if you do, you get 20 slots instead of 10, because one of my friends who has the full game, or the Vault Edition actually, has 20 contraband stash slots, but I only have 10. So I'm not exactly sure, but basically these are all guns that are unmoddable, unlike your insured slot. That can be modded however you want with whatever attachments you have unlocked. And these are guns that you just brought out off of either AI or other players, stuff like that. But something to note, if you do bring out a gun that you don't have unlocked, such as like I didn't have the TAC 56 unlocked, and you bring it out as a contraband gun, then it unlocks it for your insured slot. So like if I go to my insured slot and let's see, how do I think if we go to the gunsmith, and then we can change. Pretty sure you can change the weapon sometime. I don't remember exactly how, but oh yeah, change. There we go. So it's R. So basically all of these are the weapons that I've unlocked, but I didn't have the TAC 56 unlocked, but I extracted with it, so I was able to unlock it. So that is how that works. And basically you can bring out the contraband guns, and that unlocks them for your gunsmith if you don't already have them unlocked from the base game. And finally, you can bring 2 weapons in of like any of these. And also, if you have a medium or a large backpack, you can also stow a weapon in your backpack to bring out. So theoretically, you could bring out 3 guns out of 1 raid if you didn't like bring in one, and that is very nice. Additionally, you can bring in keys or just drop them off. Honestly, I haven't found this too useful just because you can't choose where you spawn, so like bringing in a key is sort of useless, but hopefully they add more stuff to that for sure. And then also up here, as you can see, between raids you don't keep much, like all of your cash and all that disappears, but you keep your size of backpack. So there's small, medium, and large backpacks. So obviously I have a medium backpack, and then you also keep what type of plate carrier you spawn in with. So everyone spawns in with a level 1 plate carrier, but obviously I have a level 3, and if you get a level 3, then you keep it for your next raids. So that's sort of how you get better between raids. You also get to keep gas mask, whatever kill streak you have, and then also if you have a self revive, you can keep that between raids as well. So while you can't bring out cash, there is a fair number of things that will carry over to your next raid, which I think is a really nice, I like how they're doing that for sure. And yeah, I think that's about ending it up. Basically, the way you stash a weapon in your backpack once you have a medium or large is there will be a prompt, and I have the hotkey on tilde, and you just hold it on and it'll throw it in there. And I'm trying to think if there's anything else. Oh yeah, if your contraband stash is full, you won't be able to accept any new faction missions. They do this so it doesn't like overfill you, because like a lot of the missions give you contraband as your reward. So, but even missions that don't give you contraband, you won't be able to select them if your contraband stash is full. So generally what I will do is I will either put like as many weapons as I can there, like that, so that they're all equipped, so that my contraband stash isn't full, and then you can go back to the missions and select it. Or if you like don't want to bring them in or something, you can just hold R and destroy any of the weapons that you want if you don't want to bring them in. So that's an easy way of fixing that issue. So I think that should be about it. The operator doesn't really matter. Honestly, I wish that they had like some sort of stash or something like out of raid where you could keep stuff and all that, but this is obviously a lot more casual friendly than Tarkov or Marauders or anything like that. So I have been thoroughly enjoying it. Honestly, every time I come across a new feature, I am actually thoroughly impressed. I didn't expect them to do such an amazing job with DMZ. I'm having a ton of fun. It's definitely hard playing solo. The AI will actually wreck you, especially if you can't like self-revive. So I would highly suggest getting a squad together and playing it. It's a lot easier. The PvP really doesn't seem that hard. We wiped multiple squads, and we're not like the best at like COD PvP at all, so definitely doesn't feel too hard on the PvP. I find that I usually come across 1 or 2 squads every single time we go into the DMZ zone. But yeah, I'll have more guides coming up. If you found this helpful, please consider leaving a like or subscribing. It really helps me out. And yeah, I hope you found this helpful. Good luck on your raids this week, and have a great day, guys.